The Simandl Étude number 20 has a lot of compound meter in it. And what I mean by that is that the beat is divided into thirds. You can tell you're in compound meter when the top number is divisible by 3. For example, this piece begins in 6/8. The top number is 6. It's divisible by 3. Therefore, we're in compound meter. Once you've determined that you're in compound meter, that old saying that the top number tells you how many beats there are per measure and the bottom number tells you what kind of note gets the beat, it's no longer true. It takes a little bit more calculation than that. But it's not hard. What you do, once you've determined you're in compound meter, is you divide the top number by 3. In this case, 6 divided by 3 is 2. You have 2 beats per measure. Then, to figure out what kind of note gets the beat, you divide the bottom number by 2. In this case, 8 divided by 2 is 4. But you put a 1 over that 4, 1/4, a quarter note. But all compound meters, the kind of note that gets a beat is a dotted something. So the first word that should come out of your mouth when you're talking about what kind of note gets the beat, it should be dotted. So in this case, it's a dotted quarter note. So 6/8 means there are 2 beats per measure and a dotted quarter note gets the beat. There is an exception. When the top number is 3 itself, it can really go either way depending on the tempo. In this particular case, we have 3/4. But because it's not so fast, we're not going to be playing it in 1. So in this case, it is not in compound meter. In fact, there are 3 beats per measure and a quarter note gets the beat. Regarding tempo, TMEA says it should be 75 to 85. I'm going to take a little artistic license and I'm going to play the dotted quarter notes at approximately 75 and I'm going to play the quarter notes at approximately 85. Regarding a bowing, I would suggest when you're in the compound meter that you use a hooked bowing. So for example, at the beginning, I'm going to go down, up, down, down. That's the hooked bowing right there. Down, down, up. So I can end that with an up bow on the downbeat, down, down. Otherwise, I have to go down, retake, down, down. That puts too big of a hole between the 2 beat flats. By the way, I would play all the 16th notes a little bit off the string. Here's a phrasing idea that occurs in measures 20, 36, and 52. I would play the dotted quarter 8th note as if it's going into the next measure. So for example, I'd go 1, 2. So I'm going to do a little crescendo and really connect that into the next downbeat. And then finally, the return of tempo 1 is marked fortissimo. The rest of the etude is forte, so I'm literally going to try to play that fortissimo twice as loud as the fortes. So, here we go. 1 and 2 and